Have you ever looked at your reflection and thought, where did all that fire go? You still feel young in your mind. Your dreams still bold, your humor sharp, but sometimes your body doesn't get the memo. You want the same energy, the same spark you once had, but lately, something feels turned down. Not gone, just quieter. Well, what if I told you it's not your age that's the problem? And what if restoring that lost vitality, your strength, your confidence, wasn't locked in a pill bottle, but literally right under your fingertips? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you'll discover something that ancient healers knew long before the modern pharmacy existed. A 1-minute daily habit, so small yet so powerful, that it has been nicknamed the $1 million point. Now, you're already curious, aren't you? Good. Curiosity is the best sign that your body and your mind are ready for renewal. Picture this for a moment. Gene, a 64-year-old from Lyon, told me he used to feel like a race car stuck in the garage. The engine was fine, but the spark plugs? Not firing like they used to. He had tried everything. Vitamins, workouts, even the occasional blue helper. Nothing seemed to bring back that steady, natural vitality he remembered from his 40s. Then he learned about something utterly simple. A daily minute of mindful massage focused on a very particular point of the body. Within weeks, he said he felt different. More relaxed, more responsive, and strangely more alive. And that's the story we're talking about today. This is not magic. It's biology, and better yet, it's empowering biology. Let's dive into why this small yet precise act is a secret key to rejuvenating the male body. First, let's clear the biggest misconception of all. Age is not the enemy. That's right. The true thief of your vitality isn't the number of birthdays you've had, but what's silently happening inside. Tension, poor circulation, and disconnection from one of the body's most underappreciated power zones, the pelvic floor. We spend most of our adult lives sitting. In offices, in cars, at cafes, behind screens. Hour after hour, the same muscles stay tight, dormant, forgotten. That tension strangles blood flow, compresses nerves, and quietly dulls one of the most vital aspects of our masculinity, our sense of physical vigor. You might not even notice it until one day you realize it takes longer to get going, both in energy and intimacy. But the good news is this kind of decline is not permanent. It's reversible. And here's where our 1-minute ritual comes in. You don't need expensive treatments or gym-level exertion. You need awareness of one small, mighty spot, the area between your testicles and your anus. That, my friend, is where circulation and nerve connection meet. In traditional Chinese medicine, it's known as the Huiyin point, or as some call it, the $1 million point, because improving flow there can feel like gaining back $1 million worth of confidence. Let's unpack why it matters so much. Deep within the pelvis sit the muscles that support your core, the pelvic floor. Think of them as the bridge between your abdominal strength and your lower vitality. When these muscles weaken or become overly tight, they block blood flow, much like a kink in a garden hose. You can turn up the water pressure all you want, but if there's a bend in the hose, hardly anything comes through. That's the story of most modern men. Not exhausted, but compressed. And a compressed system cannot communicate clearly. The nerves that send signals for arousal or pleasure become numb or sluggish. The blood that once flowed freely becomes lazy, taking the scenic route instead of the expressway. But the moment you gently stimulate this area, something incredible happens. The muscles start to breathe again. Imagine loosening a stuck gear on a vintage bicycle. One small turn, and suddenly the wheels spin freely. That first rush of renewed circulation feels subtle at first, like warmth spreading through your lower abdomen. But over time, it becomes your body's new rhythm. Now, the key question, how do you do it properly? You don't need a spa. You don't need tools. You need your hands, a small amount of comforting oil, and 60 seconds of focus. Here's a step-by-step guide as if we were walking through it together. Find a quiet moment. Maybe in the morning before a shower or at night just before bed. Take a small amount of a natural, skin-friendly oil. Castor oil or black seed oil are particularly good choices. Warm it slightly with your hands. Then, gently press your fingertip to the soft area between your testicles and your anus. This isn't a place you ever really think about touching, right? but it's one of the most sensitive networks of nerves and vessels in your entire body. Start with a circular motion using light pressure like tracing small coins. Keep your breathing slow and deep. Imagine you're sending breath down into that area. As you move your finger, something fascinating happens. The internal muscles beneath begin to activate and relax in response. You might even feel them contract automatically, like they're waking up. That's good. That means the engine is turning back on. Do this for just 1 minute. No need to overdo it. This is about communication, not force. You're essentially reminding your body, hey, I'm still here. Let's work together again. Now here's where the rhythm of life kicks back in. As men age, the mind stays ambitious, but the body sometimes feels like a loyal soldier waiting for orders. This 1-minute massage acts like that messenger, reconnecting the headquarters with the troops. When the pelvic floor becomes balanced and relaxed, blood flow increases naturally. It's like sending fresh supplies down a quiet road that had been closed for repairs. The tissues get nourished, the nerves reawaken, and hormonal balance finds its footing again. What you might start noticing first isn't just physical performance, it's an overall sense of vitality. You wake up easier, you feel more confident, more playful, more at home in your skin. One man from Edinburgh described it perfectly. He said, "It feels as if my body finally took a deep breath for the first time in years." That's the kind of change we're talking about here. And just to remind you, this isn't superstition. Modern physiology backs it up. The area you're massaging is part of the perineal network of nerves and microvessels connected to major arteries feeding the pelvic organs. Stimulating this region helps release tension and enhances blood flow, much like doing a deep stretch for your hamstrings, but internally. That means your result isn't just temporary. It's cumulative. The more consistently you practice it, the more balanced and responsive your system becomes over time. Now, let's talk about why so many men never hear this information. Because it's not flashy. There's no marketing budget for something as simple as your own fingertips. The world has more incentive to sell you pills than to remind you that your body is already a well-designed healing mechanism. But the truth is, every man deserves to know that vitality isn't a luxury. It's part of your natural design. The spark doesn't disappear with age. It hides beneath years of tension, waiting for release. Think of it like an old piano. If you leave it in a corner untouched, the strings lose tone. But the moment you start tuning it, just a few minutes each day, it begins to sing again. And that's you too. Now, maybe you're thinking, come on, can a 1-minute massage really do all that? That skepticism is fair. But your body doesn't lie. If you give this a fair try for even a week, you'll feel the first signs of change. Warmth, looseness, and a lighter mood. It's subtle but undeniable. Like spring returning after a long winter. Here's another small secret. The practice doesn't just help with potency. It also reduces stress dramatically. Remember that tension we talked about? It's like static electricity building up in your core. When you practice this massage, that static discharges safely. You feel calmer, less reactive, and more connected. Men who practice regularly often report better sleep, fewer midnight trips to the loo, and yes, stronger, more reliable function in moments that matter. But beyond the physical benefits, something deeper happens. Your confidence rebuilds itself from within. Not bravado, not ego, just quiet assurance. You start carrying yourself differently, even in everyday life. Your handshake feels stronger, your posture a bit taller. Others notice it too, though they can't quite pinpoint what changed. That's the power of restoring inner flow. Let's zoom out for a second and talk about the bigger picture. In Europe today, many men live lives full of comfort but low in movement. It's as if technology has made everything easier except staying healthy. Our ancestors didn't need advice about pelvic circulation. They were constantly walking, working, moving. Their bodies stayed aligned naturally. But in the world of desks, screens, and long commutes, that essential movement disappears. The body adapts to stillness, and that adaptation quietly drains our strength. Yet, in the same way we've adapted to stillness, we can readapt to vitality. This 1-minute ritual is your rehearsal for that shift. It reconnects you with your most foundational point of life energy. Imagine greeting the day not with a groan but with a grin. That's the promise of microhabits like this. Small actions that deliver disproportionate results. Of course, consistency is the golden key. Think of your body like a musical instrument. It rewards regular tuning. Do this massage once a day, every day, at roughly the same time if possible. Pair it with a moment of slow breathing or gratitude. After a few weeks, the difference might surprise you. Maybe your walks feel lighter. Maybe your mornings start earlier. Or maybe you notice something subtle but beautiful. Those spontaneous surges of vigor that used to visit you years ago, they come back. I love hearing these little victories. One man from Lisbon sent me a message saying he hadn't felt this balanced in 2 decades. Not just physically, but emotionally balanced. Less anxious, more affectionate with his partner, and more confident meeting life head-on. He said, "I didn't become 20 again. I just feel like the best version of 56. And honestly, that's the true goal. Not chasing youth, but restoring harmony." Now, let's touch on the oils briefly because they do make a difference. Castor oil is known for improving circulation and reducing inflammation. It's gentle, natural, and has been used for centuries in soothing massages. Black seed oil, on the other hand, has antioxidants and supports hormonal balance. Using either one makes the experience warmer, smoother, and deeply relaxing. Always warm the oil between your palms first. The warmth signals your body to brace for healing, not defense. Turns the whole practice into a small ritual, your daily handshake with health. After finishing your massage, stay still for a minute. Don't rush. Just breathe. Let the sensations settle. It's as if your body is whispering, "Finally, he's listening again." If someone asked me the one thing older men could do to transform their well-being without medication, this would be it. Because it's not only restoring potency, it's restoring partnership with your own body. You're not a machine needing replacement parts. You're a living network of systems that respond to attention, touch, and care. And the thing about attention, the more you give it, the more your body rewards you. That reward can take many forms: stronger function, clearer mind, deeper sleep, warmer connections. You'll know it when you feel it. Now, let's take a moment for some humor, because healing without laughter is incomplete. One gentleman said after learning this, he started calling his evening routine Operation Engine Tune-Up. Another joked his wife began asking, "So, how's the million-dollar economy doing tonight?" Laughter became part of the therapy, and honestly, that's part of the charm. Because life only feels heavy when we forget to keep it light. Even when dealing with topics like vitality, a little humor keeps the heart open. So, summing up this journey, vitality isn't something you have or lose. It's something you nurture or neglect. The 1-minute massage at the million-dollar point is a reminder. A daily conversation between you and your body. Do it with respect. Do it with curiosity. And over time, that quiet spark returns louder and steadier. And when it does, don't thank magic. Thank awareness. Because awareness is the greatest healer there is. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Your body has carried you through every season, every stress, every triumph. It's not against you. It's waiting for your signal to rebuild, to renew, to rise again. So tonight, give yourself that 1 minute. Close the door, take a deep breath, and try the massage. Feel where life begins again. Then stand up, smile in the mirror, and remember, you're not getting older, you're getting wiser. And wisdom begins with listening to your body. This is what we believe here at Wisewell. Health doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it just takes 1 minute to change everything. So keep that 1 minute for yourself every day, your private ritual of renewal. Let your body rediscover the rhythm it never truly lost. Because true strength is not about fighting time. It's about dancing gracefully with it.
Hold up, if you care about your health, don't skip this. Healthy Buddy's top picks are Here Clean. Trusted products that help you feel better every day. More energy, better sleep, stronger you. Check them out now, your body will thank you.